everybody. How's it going, Boise? Yeah. Oh, my God. I'm excited to be here. Welcome to the 208 Comedy Fest. Yes, headliner Solomon Giorgio's here. It's going to be a good time. Give it up for him. Yes. It's going to be very fun. Oh, my God. I'm in a good mood. I made a fun musical discovery recently. I think I found the perfect song to play during a threesome. Yeah. I think it's got to be Randy Newman's "You've Got a Friend in Me." Right? Keep things light and playful. Perfect for any tryst, I'd say. You never know, like, what kind of shows you're in for as a comic. You never know what type of thing you're going to be in store for. And I did a show a couple months ago, and I didn't know until I arrived there was like a singles mixer, you know, where like everyone in the audience was single, all the comics booked were single, but I'm not single. Like, they didn't even ask me. You know? They just assumed. You know? They were like, this guy ain't got nobody. This guy here's going home alone writing Lord of the Rings erotic fan fiction. It's like, what's that? You got a date? Yeah, you got a date with a Reddit and some stepmom porn, you grocery outlet Jack Black. No one's buying it. You dollar store Galifianakis looking piece of shit. Get out of here. It's mean. I hated dating. I was on a date one time. My date noticed I have an asthma inhaler. She's like, what is that thing? I was like, that's my asthma inhaler. She's like, what do you use that for? I was like, my asthma. Yeah. She's like, well, when do you use it? And I was like, if I like strenuously exercise. She looks at me and she goes, so never? That's so mean. It's like being on a date with Don Rickles, just getting torn apart. It was brutal. I once dated a woman who also had asthma. So during sex, we didn't choke each other because that just seemed redundant. You know, I was like, neither one of us are breathing properly to begin with here. Let's not exacerbate the issue, okay? We sound like two pugs having sex right now. It's a very unerotic experience. It's going to be hot tomorrow. I'm not used to the heat. Who here is really into hot weather? Yeah? Got a few people? Oh, my God, you lizard people. God damn it. I don't like it. When it gets, like, super hot out, where I go is the movie theater, okay? And also because that's where I feel sexy, all right? Like, I don't feel sexy on the beach. Hell no, I feel sexy. Dim lights, smell of butter. That's my world, all right? I love going to the movies. One of my current, like, favorite film franchises is the Mission Impossible series. Anyone like those ones? Those are dope. I think they're great action movies. And something I really like about them is that now, like, Tom Cruise insists on doing all of his own stunts. And it's getting like Jackie Chan level crazy at this point, where he's like scaling skyscrapers with no wires. He's holding onto planes in midair. And I think it's because Tom Cruise finally realizes that death is the only way out of the Church of Scientology. He's just like, I'll do whatever because there's no way out now. Katie! Get the hell out of there. I got hit on recently, which, thanks. Well, that's so sad when there's like, he needs the help. Yeah. Good for you, buddy. Oh, my God. No, that's not a common occurrence. And almost every time it happens, it is a large burly gentleman that takes a shine to me. You know, I check off a few boxes in the bear community, you know. I don't know how Boise's bear community is, but I live in San Francisco, and it's bustling. So, yeah. This guy came up to me one time. He's chatting me up for a little bit. And then he drops this one on me. He's like, hey, I'm staying over at the old Best Western. How about you come by later? We can have some cookies in my jacuzzi. Do you know how hard that was to say no to? That sounds awesome. Oh, my God, that sounds good. I almost want to be like, what kind of cookies are we talking about? Hop in there for some oatmeal raisin? That could be the most comfortable, uncomfortable experience of my life. Come on. I should have said yes. God damn it. I messed up on that one. Living in, I don't know if anyone, I don't know what the rent situation here is, but like in San Francisco, it's just insane. And like getting into comedy for the money is like getting into Dungeons and Dragons for the sex. It's not a good financial move. It's not a good idea money-wise. And I've been trying to like think of like, find things to do that are like affordable around that area, which is super difficult. But I found something recently I'd never done before. I didn't think I could afford to do. I went to the horse races out in Berkeley, California, this place called Golden Gate Fields, because they got this thing on Sundays called Dollar Days, where like literally everything there is $1, like beers, mimosas, hot dogs. So on that day, it's this crazy juxtaposition of like highbrow and lowbrow. There's people that are all fancy, decked out, looking good. And then characters like me with mustard in their shoe, Swillin' Miller High Life, been on a horse because his name is Golden Donut. I don't know what the hell is happening. Just enjoying being in that realm for a little bit. And I thought it was amazing. And I want to see more things like that in other areas of culture you might not expect. Like, anyone here like opera at all? Anybody? Yeah? I think it's super cool, but I can see why people would also like hate it. Because it'd be really stuffy and exclusive. I think you should try and like open it up a bit more at times, try to appeal to different demographics. Like, how rad would it be to go to the opera one day and see something like this? Thank you for coming to enjoy Lillian Cavello's tragic masterpiece, Pagliacci. But don't forget about our late night Saturday opera. We'll be bringing you Paul Verhoeven's 1987 action classic in a whole new way with Robocopra. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. Is that you, Alex Murphy? Scum corporations make me sick. I once shot a dude in the dick. Look out! It said 209. Womp, 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 womp. You have 10 seconds to comply, and if you don't, I will make you die. Robocop! I'd buy that for $1. And you will buy that for $1 because our late night menu is corn dogs and jello shots for $1. We'll see you at the opera. Thanks. Yeah. You guys are cool. I had to get a 4-year degree for that joke, so. My dad is so proud of how I'm using it. My God. Anyone else have a very cheap parent when they were growing up? Like really cheap? Yeah, you're proud of it. Yeah. Oh my God. My dad, where's the clothes? Is there a Dollar Tree anywhere around here or a dollar? Because that's where I spent a lot of my childhood. That's where my dad would go shopping for like everything, which is like grocery items, which if you've been there, there's no brand name items there. Like one time he brought home a knockoff of Spam called Lunch and Loaf. Like Spam itself is a knockoff of the concept of meat. So you're gonna be like the worst thing ever. But my favorite thing he ever brought back was a knockoff of I Can't Believe It's Not Butter called Is It Butter? It's just like, you just put a question mark in the end of your, what? You're turning me into an amateur detective to solve this horrific mystery? What is in there? I'm scared. I was on the phone with my dad the other day. My dad lives in Washington State. He's in the process of selling like the little childhood home I grew up in. And he was like, hey, Chad, is there anything you don't want me to throw out? Like maybe some of the childhood awards you won that you're particularly proud of? And I was like, what? I don't remember winning any awards. What did I win? He's like, well, it looks like in 4th grade you won most punctual. And I was like, yeah, you can toss that. I was like, he's nothing special, but he's on time. Who gives a shit, right? You can get rid of that. And then he was like, well, it looks like in 5th grade you won most humble. You can't even brag about that award. Like, what? Why does that award exist? They gave me a plaque for it. I'm like, you can't hang that anywhere. That's not what the most humble person would do. You gotta hide that away. Put it under your bed. Like, if someone says to you, like, you're so humble, the only thing you can say is no. Like, you can't even agree with the award. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, my God. We got anybody, like, that gets really excited about a particular holiday in here? Anybody? Christmas? Classic answer. Personally, me, I like Halloween. Holy Lord, that's my favorite. Candy, costumes, horror movies, no obligations to hang out with your family. I love that part. And I have a tradition I do every year on Halloween. I go out, I get hammered. When people ask me what I am, I say my father. I have to dress up like a can of Coors Light just so that it'll hold me, you know. When my dad drives through a neighborhood and sees one of those signs that says, drive like your kids live here, he just turns around and drives as fast as possible in the opposite direction. He's a bit of a dick. I was at a bar in San Francisco recently. I wanted to get a tasty beverage. I wanted to get a Sex on the Beach. And it's a good cocktail. I couldn't afford it. So I'd asked the bartender to make me a rim job on the bus. Which is a PBR with the edges licked by somebody with a cold sore. It's It's about $1.25. Comes with a free stick of Listex. My dad did a lot of drinking, old Pops, I mentioned. But he only ever drank one thing. I've only ever seen my dad drink one thing my entire life, and that's Coors Light. We got any Coors Light heads out there? There we go. There's always someone who's like, I love it. Oh, God, I'll give you my dad's number after this. You can hang out. He needs a buddy. But I never knew why that was like the only one. I was always like curious about that because there's like so many better beers out there, in my opinion. Like maybe it's because he's cheap, it's available everywhere, or maybe he was swayed by advertising. I don't know. But I once saw a statement on a bottle of Coors Light I'll never forget. It said, experience the legendary taste of Coors Light. What the fuck are these legends, guys? What could they be?
Odin thrust his staff to the heart of the snakehead seductress Medusa, and then chucked a cold, crisp Coors Light. The mighty Thor swung his hammer and parted the seas with Poseidon beside him, and then knocked back a cold, delicious Coors Light. The Son of God, Jesus of Nazareth, attended a wedding party in Galilee. When their alcohol and libations had run dry, Christ performed his, dare I say, most refreshing miracle. He turned me water, not some boring, bourgeois, bullshit wine, and nothing. He turned it something as ice cold and satisfying as the Rockies themselves. And the power of Christ, my friends, compelled those partygoers to spend the rest of their night slamming the cold, legendary taste. Coors Light.
That comes in handy, guys. Oh, my God. I'm Chad Opitz. That's my time. I'll be your host tonight. You guys seem super cool. Hey, keep that going for your...